Father, won't you pray for me? This is a report by Fortunatus, Nnadi, and Son of Big God team on our findings around the allegations of abuse and neglect by the parish priest of St. XYZ Parish within the ABC Archdiocese. Our intent is not to condemn, but to bring awareness to the issues at hand, hoping to encourage reflection, accountability, and positive change within the Church. Parties involved: parish priest, the parish priest of St. XYZ Parish, ABC Archdiocese. Victim, deceased, the victim of the alleged neglect. Sister-in-law to the deceased, present in the hospital. Brother, only brother to the deceased, husband of the sister-in-law. Voice recorder of the voice note circulating on social media. The brother to the deceased requested her to record it because he does not have an Android WhatsApp phone. She is the hero of this story for voicing out her pain. Voice recorder's husband of the voice recorder who intervened when his wife faced pressure. Vicar, the vicar of the Archdiocese. Auxiliary bishop, the auxiliary bishop who handled the matter after we brought it to his attention. Sequence of events. Initial incident. Upon receiving the voice note on Wednesday, August 14th, we sought to understand the context and requested the contact information of the priests who shared the note. Unfortunately, our request was declined. Content of voice note. The voice note revealed that the parish priest had refused to pray for the victim during his hospital visit. She pleaded for prayers, and after she was denied prayers because she didn't have a card to prove her Catholicity, she died that midnight, lamenting, "A priest came and refused to pray for me." While we do not claim her death was directly caused by the refusal, it is essential to note that her cancer operation was successful, and she was only recuperating before this incident. Efforts to contact the parish priest. After hearing the content of the voice note, we reached out to friends in the area to obtain the parish priest's phone number, but were unsuccessful. We expanded our search by requesting his number on our WhatsApp status and later on Facebook. Eventually, a follower, who had received our support for ex-seminarians in June, took it upon himself to visit the parish in question. Although he could not meet with the parish priest on his first visit, he obtained the number from someone around and sent it to us. On Thursday, August 15th, we sent the voice note to the parish priest, followed by messages and calls, asking if this was true or merely an allegation. Despite reading the messages, the parish priest ignored them. This pattern was repeated on Friday and Saturday, with messages and calls but no response. Continued efforts and response. We want to thank a follower who financially mobilized our representative for transport and feeding to return for a second visit, doing a full day of inquiries and investigations on Saturday, August 17th. Our representative contacted the parish priest again that Saturday and spoke with him in person. The parish priest was dismissive, stating that the archbishop was handling the issue and that he could not reveal anything about the case. Meanwhile, on the same platform where we received the voice note, some priests began damage control, claiming they had spoken with the parish priest and that communion was what the deceased asked for. Those priests who defended this error are contributing to a deeper problem within our Church: clericalism. This attitude, which suggests that priests are above accountability to the lay faithful, is not only wrong but harmful. They did not need to dismiss an account of someone they had not spoken with to uphold the priest's account. That is not a defense of the Catholic faith. Instead, it is a defense of a clergy member who, in error, neglected his duty. We are never quick to assume that one person's error is the whole Church's error. However, no one, in error, should be defended at the detriment of those who are suffering injustice, abuse, and trauma. Testimonies and validation. Our representative traced the person who recorded the voice note. She revealed that she was pressured to write an apology and submit it to the vicar, withdrawing the content of the voice note. After many hours of pressure from her brother-in-law, a knight in the parish, and her mother-in-law, she wrote an apology, stating she was sorry for overreacting, but refused to withdraw anything in the voice note. Her husband expressed deep pain over the situation. He witnessed his wife go through this trauma and declared, "I am stepping in from here." He lamented the pressure placed on his mother to get his wife to write the letter, noting that his mother emaciated within 2 days and appeared very ill. He stated that he would hold these people accountable if anything happened to his mother. Further testimonies. We obtained the sister-in-law's phone number, the woman who was present in the hospital with the deceased when the parish priest arrived, through our representative. According to her testimony, recorded with her permission, the parish priest ignored her when she approached him to state that her sister-in-law was also Catholic and needed prayers. The parish priest prayed for the other patient, mentioned only her name in his prayers, and anointed her. He did not mention the victim's name or approach her bedside. Some narratives claim that the parish priest prayed for all the sick people after mentioning a particular name. Still, the sister-in-law clarified that if he wanted to pray for the victim, he should have asked and mentioned her name, just as he did for the other patient. When the parish priest was leaving the ward, the deceased pleaded, "Father, won't you pray for me?" The parish priest insisted he needed a written letter from the deceased's parish priest proving she was Catholic before he would pray for her. He then left without praying for her. Attempts to mediate. Armed with all this information, we contacted another priest to help reach out to the parish priest and plead with him to apologize. The priest we reached, who is very popular on Facebook, responded, "This is funny to me anyway. Someone asked for Jesus, give him to the person. They said they are Catholic. That is all that is needed." Unfortunately, the priest we reached did not know the parish priest involved, so he could not help. We noted that if the apology is not tendered, we would be bound in conscience to make the voices of the abused heard. We honestly prayed and hoped there would be an apology, so we would not have to do that. We kept seeking dialogue, love, and healing instead of popularity. Public statement by the parish priest. By Sunday, August 18th, the parish priest had published a letter defending himself, claiming that the deceased asked for communion, not prayers. Many rushed to the canon of the Catholic Church to investigate what the canons say about this. Some good priests called out this negligence, while others posted subtle defenses citing hinge sight, ecclesia supplet, the church supplies, and spiritual communion by desire. All these defenses kept the victims in a blind spot. Are we not called to prioritize pastoral care for the oppressed, to name them, see them, hear them, include them, get to know them, and hold their hand on this tremulous journey? No one checked if they attended church the following Sunday or how this issue affected them. On the media space, it was all banter, attacks, and reports against us for standing with them to demand an apology. As long as the voice note could be discredited as a non-eyewitness account and someone could shift the narrative, most of us were fine. The parish priest's letter, which began with condolences to the woman he lied against both in life and at death, was the height of indifference. Engagement with the auxiliary bishop. After receiving a copy of his letter dated August 21st from the vicar, where he crafted a canonical excuse, we kept pressing their necks, demanding an apology. We then sought the phone numbers of the auxiliary bishop, which took many days. Should we not worry about how difficult it is to reach some public servants in Nigeria? We had to persuade and wait for someone who had his number for days. In fact, we succeeded by asking if he would have kept quiet if the deceased was his sister, mother, wife, or child. Upon reading our message, he simply dropped the phone numbers of the archbishop, his auxiliary, and their secretaries. The closer the pain, the clearer, right? We contacted the auxiliary bishop, who responded promptly. He called us on the phone. He was shocked to learn that his information differed from what we were presenting. He acknowledged that refusing communion was an error, and retrospectively spiritual communion by desire would take effect. We maintained that communion was not the issue, but prayer. So he said he would look into the matter. Our conversation lasted 21 minutes. It was our humble pleasure to speak with his lordship. He listened to us very well. Archdiocese's apology. On Monday, August 26th, the Archdiocese sent another priest, not the vicar, the parish priest, and 2 Archdiocese laypeople to visit the individuals involved. An apology was rendered, though it was difficult for the parish priest to admit that what was asked for was prayer openly, but he and the other priests present did, carefully. It was easier for them to say, "We are sorry for whatever happened," than, "We are sorry for so-and-so." The other priest also apologized for how the situation was handled, offered condolences, and assured the families that the Archdiocese would be with them during and after the funerals. Anybody who knows the church in Nigeria so well would agree that we have witnessed tremendous growth just by this apology. For this, we are proud of our church. We encouraged everyone to continue to pray for our priests. We will keep getting better. The bereaved, the brother to the deceased, accepted the condolences, but stated that he could not bring himself to think of responding to the apology just yet, until after his sister is laid to rest. In all, this investigation has highlighted deep-seated challenges within the Church's approach to pastoral care and accountability. A simple, heartfelt apology could have prevented much of the pain and suffering experienced by those involved, and all of us, priests and lay faithful who love our Church. While a private apology has now been offered, it will take time for the affected families to heal. Before receiving communion at Mass yesterday, August 25th, a profound message was impressed upon us. If they apologize in private, don't push for a public apology. Note: before then, we had written the auxiliary archbishop and copied all those involved, demanding private and public apologies. Even though we suggest that a follow-up apology be made public, we do not require it. We are choosing to stop here. We thank the families involved, those who helped in our investigations, the followers and our volunteers who continued to encourage us, and the auxiliary archbishop who listened to us and took the right action. Our goal is to stand with those in pain and to encourage the Church to continue addressing these concerns with love, sincerity, and humility. Let us remember that nothing restores trust and fosters genuine pastoral care more effectively than love. May love for all prevail. Pray for our priests, pray for our Church,